On June 17, 1932, Magnolia Winthrop of the Winthrop Hotels and Services was found murdered in the hotel lobby. Normally, recruits, I would jest to you about hijinks, but someone is responsible for this murder, and it is up to you to solve it. You have been given multiple case files with the victims and suspects. Familiarize yourself with them as you'll be referring to these several times. Solve that murder, recruits. Begin with dressing for the part as detectives. The items you need are within your rooms. You have 2 minutes. Start now.
All right, Krista, what do you got?
I've got a hat and I've got a jacket. My name is Krista. I am 42. I am actually a stay-at-home mom.
All right, I've got a coat and I've got the hat as well. My name is David Hall. I am 60 years old. I work at Missouri State University. I'm the director for university safety. I tend to be fairly good with puzzles. So my history is I was a firefighter, and that's what my career has been. So I'm very used to dealing with things under pressure and dealing with time constraints. So.
David is actually my dad, so I've known him a year or two. He's why I like puzzles.
Okay, my name is Alec Beshin. I am 24 years old. Right now, I'm working as a maintenance guy at a hotel, but I also act and sing. I think I've always been pretty good at solving puzzles.
My name is Chris Lefevre. I am 20. Him and I kind of bonded over acting. Me and Alec had to switch because I couldn't fit the coat and his was a little big. Oh gosh.
When my dad and I work together, who takes the leadership role really depends, although I do like to defer to him. I like to take his clues and run with them myself.
Gotta hit my button.
You know, I don't really know how I expect to do, so I'm just gonna go in there with my mind open and work hard, whatever it is.
There we go. What are we thinking?
Good as we'll ever be, I think. Oh, right.
Well done. You look like a true detective, just like me. As a reward, I've left you a little something in one of your case files.
Hey, I got some. Picture.
And here's the one with the photograph. It is Derek Winthrop. That's what we're looking for.
As I said in the introduction, you have witness accounts in the rooms with you. Each of these accounts will lead you to a key, but one is missing. Find out who the missing key belongs to figure out which person wasn't checked in when the murder happened. Eliminate one of the suspects, but don't eliminate the wrong one. You have 5 minutes. Begin now, detectives.
Okay.
Ready?
All right, we're trying to find this. Okay, so I got a wall of keys over here.
I got some.
We definitely got one missing, okay?
Okay.
Got a missing key. All right, what's the pattern here? Gotta find a pattern.
I got
I'm not
some,
good at math.
I can't read cursive, but I got cursive.
Krista, I have got where these people are living at. So Guinevere is staying above Richard. So I'm going to draw this out real quick.
Okay, so room 313 is missing.
Okay.
Okay, can I write that down? Host, God.
Yes, write it down, Alec.
All right, so room 313 is missing. Is that it?
You know, the nerves were starting to pick up. They're starting to get up there. I know I definitely overthought.
Okay, so room 313 hasn't checked out yet? Is that what's going on here?
I don't know. Do we have names at all?
I got nothing.
You got nothing. Okay.
You know, there really should be a file system. It's very unorganized.
I can't read.
So Guinevere, I'm going to mark with a G. She is staying above Richard.
Okay.
So Guinevere is above Richard. And then Richard is staying 2 rooms over and 1 room up from Derek. So 2 rooms over, 1, 2, and 1 room up. So he's down, is Derek, okay?
Okay.
Roseanne is staying 3 doors down from Guinevere. I'm not sure which direction as to whether it's towards Derek or away, but 1, 2, 3, 4.
So Magnolia was 216. Derek was staying one door down and to the right in Magnolia.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is gonna be tricky. One room down to the right. I don't know which way the hallways go.
Just use those lined up there.
George is staying 3 rooms down and 1 room to the left of Guinevere. So 3 rooms down, 1, 2, 3, and 1 room to the left of Guinevere is George.
So he was arrested June 16th.
Man, wish I was Batman.
3 minutes, detectives.
Magnolia was deceased on 6/17. So he was arrested.
Hey, wait. Let's try to put the doors together. I think that's the main thing now.
So what we're trying to find out, and you've got keys to the room, is that right?
Yeah, I've got keys.
So if Magnolia is in 216,
Yep, and I've got 216.
okay, so obviously hers. So I think Richard should be 215 probably. Do you have it?
I don't know if it's numbered like a normal hotel.
So he was arrested June 16th.
Okay.
She was found dead June 17th.
Okay.
So he was in jail,
Right.
but he also has a room. Can we rule him out?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. He was in jail that night. Okay, that makes sense. Clear that one up.
We'll leave that off to the side.
17, 16, 15. I'm gonna say that Richard's in 315 because if it's 2 rooms over from 217, 219 doesn't exist. So it would have to be 2 over the opposite direction and up 1 floor. So it'd be room 315.
Okay.
So Richard is in 315. Guinevere is above Richard in 415.
2 minutes, detectives.
So it looks like is your column to the left are the first floor. The second column where Magnolia is second floor, right?
Yes,
Third floor is Derek.
okay.
So which ones do you have? What keys do you have?
What I'm missing is a 3rd floor key.
Okay, that's Derek. Okay,
1 room down and to the right of Magnolia.
right. So Derek is the one that we're missing. Okay, so could we eliminate Derek
I think-
then, since his key is gone?
Yes, because he's
Okay.
not checked in.
All right, so let's eliminate Derek then from that.
He's the one you've got the picture of too, right?
He is.
Good for me.
Man, this one's tough. I don't know. Any thoughts?
Might just gotta go with the gut and say Derek isn't a suspect. He was in jail.
Okay. Yeah.
He was in jail before the murder happened.
All right. I'm good with that.
All right.
Let's press the button.
Well done, detectives. Now, go ahead and find your artifact. I believe it has something to do with recording.
Look and see if you can find a recording at the scene. And then once you
Got
do,
it.
we need to put it over there. Good. All right.
Oh. Hey,
Got it?
Found it. Yep. Uh-huh.
Ah yes, the tape recorder. You'll need to use the red string to connect the people to the place they've met up with Magnolia using the recorded accounts. Here's a hint. The numbers by their names match the number files on the recordings. Once everything is connected, eliminate the suspect that never met up with Magnolia that day. You have 5 minutes. Quick, detectives.
Okay, so we got the recorder.
Yep.
Let's listen to him. Here's number 1. Who we got for number 1?
Richard.
Richard. Here's Richard.
The last time I saw my wife was around 7 a.m. the morning of it. I don't want to say it. We met up at our favorite cafe and had coffee and cake. We do this every morning, or at least we did this every morning.
All right.
Derek Cafe.
So he was in the cafe, yeah, at 7 a.m. You see a cafe anywhere on there?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully you got enough string. I will wait.
Can't tie a knot.
The clock's going down, and he's just like, let me try to get this perfectly on. I'm like, come on, Chris, we gotta move on to the next one. All right, I'm gonna move on. Who's number two? Who's number two?
Yeah.
Let's keep it rolling.
Roseanne.
Roseanne, all right.
I had an appointment in the winery with Magnolia that day.
Winery?
She showed up 30 minutes late and seemed a little frazzled, but I didn't pay much attention to it. We just discussed pushing off the inventory until after the gala.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Number 3.
Guinevere.
Guinevere.
3 minutes.
Here we go.
I never see much of Magnolia in general. I think she's trying to avoid me, to be honest. The last time I saw her was the day before the accident. I had an emergency and had to take a train home that morning.
Is there a train station or anything like that?
I got a hospital, I got an office, I got a bar.
I would say the hospital.
Hospital? Okay.
Yep. Had an emergency. That's the only reason I say that.
Did you say she saw her?
She said she saw her the day before the accident.
So she didn't see her that day.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But there's really no other information. It said she had an emergency and needed to take a train home.
2 minutes, detectives.
So I would say that's to the hospital.
Let's
Keyword emergency. Let's hear the fourth one.
George Jones.
George Jones.
I met Magnolia in her office that day. She asked me to go get Derek from jail. I went to the sheriff's office to pay the bail money. I also might have slipped them a little extra to keep him there for another night, to teach him a lesson.
So Guinevere is the only one that didn't see her that day. Only saw her the day before.
You're right. Is that it?
I'm gonna.
We're sticking with.
I think I'm sticking with Guinevere.
All right, I'm trusting you. Your instinct.
Of course it wasn't Guinevere. She couldn't keep the affair under wraps, let alone a murder.
Yes.
Ah, your artifacts, huh? I believe they are the newspaper.
Mine's blacked out.
Now the kicker is what's on them.
I think it's got to be Roseanne. I think is what it's got to be, but I could be wrong. Let me get this. All right. So what do you think, Krista? I don't think we've got this one. I didn't get my string correctly to be able to see who crisscrossed where.
I say let's go with the girl
5,
you initially pointed
4,
out.
Hit the button.
Let's go with it.
3, 2.
So Roseanne.
I wouldn't have seen that one coming.
Oh.
Someone has sent in these newspapers as evidence, but all the letters are blacked out. Figure out what message lies within the newspaper to eliminate a suspect. You have 5 minutes. Onward, detectives.
All right, Krista, you got a newspaper?
I got newspapers.
All right, I've got letters, and I'm guessing that they're, well, let's see. It says robber strikes Magnolia Street. So
Do you think they're in order?
so that's what I'm thinking. But it looks like Magnolia Street, but I don't see an M. So
Okay.
the next one is an O, and then the next one is an O, and next one's an N, right? If you're reading across the headlines?
I think.
You've got the answer. All right, so what's this one where it says hell?
It's S.
S, all right, Shell, all right. And then what's the hotel is an H, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and
So
then,
Shell Hotel on Scott Avenue
oh,
takes
financial?
it. I'm guessing financially. I have the
Yep,
F missing.
got it. Okay, go to the next headline, robberies.
I got an O and a Q.
Okay. I got a Q, a U, and a
O, Q,
N.
N.
U, N, and D, and I. U, N, D. I don't think that's gonna be it either.
I think I've got some of the moonshine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Keep going.
And then robber. And then this week, is that right?
Yes, this week.
Okay, and then they continue, so that looks like another N. So that looks like that one's missing.
I've got some missing on my side that are different than yours.
Oh, okay, and what are they?
The U on quota,
All right.
the one in the middle,
Yep,
the N and the word on,
okay,
and then the D and the I in drive.
okay.
Does that put us any closer?
Well, I'm not sure.
What is it? So O, Q. I don't have a Q.
Another bank struck in California this morning in California.
And
2 minutes, detectives.
I'm not seeing how these are making. They're not making words. That's for sure.
I've got some letters left over, but I don't know what they mean. So I got 2 G's, a P, a T, an R. What's our names we've got? Paul Guinevere, Richard Winthorpe.
Okay.
Not sure about that. And George Jones Winthorpe. Not sure about that one either. And then Mr. Diaz. So what's your thoughts? Any
So I'm thinking Guinevere.
Guinevere?
Yeah. Based on our last parts of that. I know we don't have all of it together, but from there,
Uh-huh.
that's what I'm seeing with my letters. Yep.
All right, that she's not it. So I'm wondering if all the rest of these are the initials for the other, but I don't think we got time to figure it
Nope,
out.
I think we go with it.
All right. I was looking at those letters that were left over and thought, which name do they look the most like? We're risk takers.
We are.
Detectives, you've made a decision. Let's just hope it's the right one for all of our sakes. Move on to clue 5 while I call headquarters.
Anything?
Roseanne, distributor of moonshine. I think that's her.
Which one?
Roseanne.
Roseanne. Okay.
I think that's her. An illegal distributor of moonshine.
Yeah.
That's what we want to call it? All right.
Yeah. All right.
Perfect, detectives. Roseanne may be wanted for murder, but it's not Magnolia's after all. Keep up the good work. And I believe your artifact has something to do with the murder weapon. Maybe a knife?
I don't think I have any knives in here. Oh, hey. I got a knife.
Careful with that.
Oh, we got a fingerprint.
Oh.
Okay. We're cooking. We're cooking.
The murder weapon. Perfect. We've collected all the suspects' fingerprints for you. Use the knife to match the fingerprint to one of our suspects, but make sure you're using gloves so you don't contaminate the crime scene. Eliminate your last suspect, not the murderer. And of course, be quick. We can't let them get away. You have 2 minutes. Begin.
All right, put your gloves on. And you've got a knife, is that right?
Yep.
All right.
I don't know where though.
Well, look around. Lots of looking.
Actually, I do see it.
All right, and then hand it through to me.
Okay.
All right, has he got a, yep, oh, there it is. All right, so the one that does not match,
All right. So we got a fingerprint on this murder weapon. I'm gonna toss it over to you. Okay, stand by for gloves. All right, here you go.
Why would you give me not the pointy end?
Well, you can't touch the fingerprint. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, how did that kill anyone? That's what I'd like to know.
okay. I was looking at the patterns, and one had a real circular pattern on it. The others had more of it's kind of a swoop. The same type.
It's not Richard.
It's not Richard.
It's not Richard.
It's not Richard.
I don't think it's Richard.
Yes, hey, not Richard.
Well done indeed. You think you've solved it? Well, move on to the final clue to confirm your answer.
Oh, hers is different. Okay, this would have been Roseanne is the one this would have been. So,
Okay.
you want to eliminate her?
Yes.
Okay, hit your. Oh, I guess I get the button.
We all have a lot riding on this one. Let's hope you crack this case wide open, or we're all gonna get fired. Move on to the final clue while I start looking for a new job.
I was actually surprised about this one whenever I found out we were wrong, because I was pretty confident that the one that we identified was not like the other one because it had a different fingerprint pattern on it. So I was pretty shocked that we didn't get that one right.
Detectives, it has come down to this. Using all the clues from your past assignments and the knowledge of your suspects determine the identity of the murderer. I've hidden a handwritten letter in one of the rooms to help you confirm your choice. You have 5 minutes. Go, detectives.
Let's hear that letter.
It's blanked out.
It's okay.
To whom it may concern. My name is blank. And if you think you're reading this letter, then something has gone terribly wrong.
I found that the Magnolia Winthrop was meeting with a buyer from overseas to sell her share of the company out from under my brother and I. So it's a sibling. All while my poor nephew is left with nothing.
And take the Winthrop name down with it. I can't let this happen, whatever it takes. Magnolia has to be stopped, no matter what. Blacked out.
The nephew was the one that was in jail.
This one up here.
Yes.
That's Richard.
Yep.
So.
And his uncle was the one to bail him out.
Richard, over here, and you said it was not him, is brother to George. So if that's true, and then we got a Mr. Diaz, who's the money launderer, the international.
I think
one.
Mr. Diaz is a
Yep.
red herring.
So we're looking for this person is brother to
So,
Derek, right?
yeah, Derek is her husband, correct? I'm reading that as it's not her husband, but her brother-in-law.
We only got, who do we got left? George?
We got George, right?
That's it. I say we slap our buzzer and call it a day.
Slap the buzzer.
Unless you got something else.
I got this third file though, I don't know.
A third one.
Yeah. Mr. Diaz. Might be the overseas buyer though. So I think we gotta go with
That
Mr.
is
George
for certain.
Jones. I think that might be the.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do
I
it.
think so too.
If it's her brother-in-law, so her husband is Richard,
Okay.
and who's Richard's brother?
Richard's brother is George.
George?
Yep.
George seems to me to be the guy.
That's what I think too.
Okay,
So,
I'm good with that.
me too. If not, he'll be wrongfully accused.
Could be. That's what trials are for.
Detectives, you've solved the case of Magnolia Winthrop. And now there is one less murderer walking the streets. Thank you for all your help. Now move to your war point and I'll beam you out.
It feels great to catch a murderer. I've never had as much fun catching a murderer before today.
George Jones, scurvy dog.
Justice reserved today.
Well done, team. You have officially solved the murder of Magnolia Winthrop. And you are now true detectives. So take
Thank
these
you.
badges, as you're now private eyes. And this non-disclosed game.
I love non-disclosed games.
So play that before you go on to your next mission, which I will be beaming you to, so stand very still.